What happens when we meditate on the word? When you meditate on the word, you take time to remain connected. See, one thing that scripture tells us is that we should be renewing our minds daily, but when we're in a constant state of meditation, we can do that, always filtering out that belief system, always making sure that we're making exchange in our thoughts, guarding our hearts so that we don't allow any precepts to come in, because um any precepts or any ideas of darkness to come into your mind. Because the thing is, there are sources coming in everywhere, sources of darkness everywhere. There's social media, TV, talking to other people, religion. There's so many sources that can come in and corrupt your mind, and those thoughts ease their way in, and before you know it, you're meditating on it. How many times have you seen a Facebook video or a Facebook post and you've thought about it for a while? I know there's a saying that goes around now, well, this is the video that lives in my head rent free. Well, that's a form of meditation because you're focusing on it, right? So we definitely have to make sure that making sure that we're filling ourselves with the word to remain connected, so that we're always hearing and receiving. Scripture tells us, I don't have it up, but remain in me and I will remain in you. So we have to make sure that our minds and our hearts are always focused on the Father to receive the benefits of focusing on meditating on the word all the time. Meditation brings illumination. Illumination and revelation are two completely different things. Revelation is just knowing about something, but illumination is truly understanding what that is. Like, for example, I have this phone right here. You can know that it's a phone, and that'll be the revelation of the phone, but really understanding the phone is understanding its function, understanding what it does, understanding its purpose, knowing more than it's just a phone. You can know all day long, I got a phone sitting right here, but when I lift it up, you see and understand I have that phone. So that's that illumination. And being in a constant state of meditation will allow you to do that. Meditation is a form of seeking. So yes, scripture tells us, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knocking the door will be open. So as ambassadors, when you're in that constant state of meditation, seeking the Father for direction, seeking the Father for everything, scripture tells us to lean not to our own understanding, and he will direct us. But if you're not in that constant state of meditation and being in his presence to hear and receive from him, you could miss it. So definitely you got to understand how important meditation is and what happens when we focus on the Father, when we meditate on him all the time. And then our last point, because I really want to get into what happens when meditation is out of order, but meditation brings stability. See, when you focus on things that are going on in the world is always changing. What was acceptable 10 years ago is not acceptable now, or what wasn't acceptable 10 years ago is acceptable now. But when we're focusing on the word, we're stable. You're not a double-minded man receiving a thought from here, a thought from here. When you're receiving thoughts from any and everywhere, I understand why you're confused, because there's so many thoughts that are taking root. But the word, when we meditate on the word and we're seeking, we put ourselves in a stance to be stable.